Right, so in this video we're going to take you through how to create the shape right here. It's pretty simple, really. It looks more advanced than what it really is. All right, but that's what we're up to. It's really just a setup of patterns and using some planes. So let's talk about it, or let's demo it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a rectangle. So I am going to keep some dimensions on this. I'm going to make it 1 by 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and extrude it to 1 inch. So it's going to be a perfect cube. So 1 by 1 by 1. Okay. Now there's some things right now that I want to go ahead and take care of. Some things that will probably help me out as I begin to work through this. First thing I'm going to do is I need some axes to rotate, or I need axes to rotate around. But to do that, I got to put a point in. So I'm going to click the little down arrow here. And I'll say I want a point in the center point of a loop or edges. So now I click, maybe I want that side, and I need to go back here to point and do it again. And that side. Just perpendicular is what I need to do. Now I'm going to do axis. I'm going to say parallel to line through point. So I'm going to click the point and then a parallel line like up in the corner here. Important to go ahead and lengthen these out a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing down here. So I'm going to go back to axis. For axis, I'm going to say parallel to line through point. Go ahead and click the point and then click something parallel to it. And I'll go ahead and lengthen that out too. That lengthen step is really important. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to come up here and I need to put a mid plane in. This is where it gets a little crazy. So I'm going to go to plane, but then I'm going to click the down arrow. I'm going to say mid plane between two planes. So I'll click this side, and then I'll rotate it around, and I'll click the other side. All right, I need that mid plane because that's where I'm going to sketch. I'm going to do all my work on that. So I'll say Start 2D Sketch. Let me drag this down here. Now let's draw. I'm going to start with a line, just going straight up. Okay. So something like this. I'm going to take an arc, come down a little bit, and let's try to make that some recognizable number. So 0.25, and then I'm going to make this 1.25, or 0.125 rather. And then I'll take a line tool and just come out of here and go somewhere around here is good. And then I need to connect this shape. So essentially I just made an R. And I am going to use the trim tool, which is right up here in the middle. I'm going to trim this out. Okay, now I've got that done, so I'm going to go to 3D model and I'm going to say revolve. And I'll just click that straight up and down line. And I hit OK. All right, so now from here we're going to use what's called a circular pattern. We're in 3D model mode, right? Notice that we're in 3D model mode. And I'm going to go here to circular pattern. It says what feature? So I said this thing right here. So I just click that feature. And then I need to click a rotation axis. So I'm going to click this one. And I'm going to say for placement, I need 4. Okay. And then I hit OK. Right, so now I've got those, right? Okay. So then what I need to do now, I'm going to rotate some around that axis. So I'm going to do the same thing, circular pattern. That's what I want to pattern. Here's my rotation axis right here, and change this again to 4. And there they are.